Rule of law is a state of mind. It's what goes through your head as you stop at a stoplight, for example. It's what causes you to pay your taxes. It's not the fear necessarily of sanction. It's the sense of duty that you have to your society. Rule of law means that you feel vested in your society, that you feel a part of your society, that you're responsible for your society. It's a culture, not just a series of sanctions. So when we're talking about rule of law development, we're not just talking about helping to set up rules that may be disconnected from fairness. What we're talking about is helping to set up a system of which individuals in a society can feel vested, that they can feel a part of, that they can feel and take ownership of, that it's their system. It's not a system that's imposed upon them. This requires communication strategies, this requires fairness strategies, this requires justice strategies. It doesn't just require rules. We're aware that in many societies the law has been used to keep people down, to punish them unfairly, that the law is used to protect certain vested interests. And we have to be aware of that. We have to be aware that in some cases the police have not been effective or fair, that the judges have not been effective or fair, that people have not always been treated with the kind of respect that they would hope for within their society. And so as we help develop rule of law structures, we're very sensitive to the fact that the least represented in the society have to have access to justice, that the least in the society have to have a voice in the system, that the least in the society have a place where they can go where they feel at home to deal with their conflicts, as well as their hopes and aspirations. See, law is not just about punishment. Law is about setting up the conditions for the future. Law is about helping to have property rights that are guaranteed so that you know as you work and you toil that what you gain from that will become your own and be kept for your own and be passed on to your family. But we help to develop our contractual rights so that you can deal with one another in a society in a fair way, so that as you invest with each other, that there's a mechanism that helps ensure trust between two partners, so that those trust relationships build up and that they don't resort to conflict. The law does deal with people individually and fairly when violence occurs, for men and women, for indigenous populations, for the underserved, people living with HIV/AIDS, with the disabled, that the law treats all equally fairly. That's what establishing rule of law society is, that's what helping to establish a culture of justice means, and that's what setting up legal institutions is all about. It's not about just training judges about rules. It's not going and working with legislatures just to pass new laws. It's about helping setting up a trust environment where conflict can be resolved.